15 years.
Oh dear.
So,
It's Guru though, so he's laid back about it.
Yeah, he's exactly the same as he always is. He's just taking it all in his stride. They offered him chemo, but it would have just extended his life for a bit, and he would have been in hospital in pain, more pain, and sick. So he refused the chemo, and he's just gone home. Yeah. So that's a bit of an arse, but there you go.
Yeah, it's never good.
No. But the old LRP network fired up. All of a sudden, it lit up like a Christmas tree, and people were phoning people, and people I hadn't spoken to in 15, 20 years suddenly got in touch with everybody, and it was, in some ways, it was rather good, but only because we were passing bad news to everybody. But just the way it is.
Oh dear.
And it was interesting to see some people have completely changed and gone in new directions and new careers and doing different things, and other people are like universal constants, like Michelle and me and Pete and Steve Swan, and just exactly the same as we were 15 years ago.
Lee as well.
Lee somewhat as well. He's a bit of a universal constant. So it's a bit of bad news, but there you go.
Oh dear.
A famous comic book guy died today as well. Do you know Kevin O'Neill? He drew the very first Nemesis the Warlock in 2000 AD.
Yeah, all right.
And it was like, oh fuck! And someone you know as well as someone whose work you respect separately.
Yes.
The
Leslie
worst
Phillips
thing
has died today as well.
Yeah.
What?
Leslie Phillips. Ding.
Yes, ding dong.
John Matron.
Yes, he's died today.
The bit I'm really worried about is when Brian Talbot snuffs it, and I've got to do a fucking memorial on the fan page that I've run for 26 years.
Dear.
How is Brian? Is he all right?
He's not bad at all. He's
Good.
got the third Luther Arkwright out there. He's doing a prequel to Granville, so he's knocking him out. I draw the analogy between his work and Queen albums. When I was, I think, 11, I got bought Queen's Greatest Hits on vinyl, played it to death, and they did in the sleeve notes the album that each individual thing could come from. So I went right all the way back to the very first Queen album, buy it, play it. Every single time I played a new Queen album, I'm like, what the fuck is this? It was so experimental every time. And then it gets to the point where I hear a song that's on Greatest Hits, and you know how one song fades out and you start to hear in your head the next song?
From the album, yeah.
From the album, not from Greatest Hits. Yeah. And so I just bought everything they ever did, and I loved them. Brian's work was kind of like that in comics, because he announced, I'm going to do anthropomorphic, steampunk, detective, noir. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. Anthropomorphic. Animals running around with, animal heads and human bodies. Oh, that's so childlike. Then,
or even worse, furry.
Yeah, or even worse, furry. You don't believe how many furry fans he's got because of Granville.
I'm not surprised.
Jesus Christ, I have to be polite to them on his Twitter account. Fucking hell. But yeah, he comes and does it.
Weird bunch.
And it's fucking amazing. And he just talks about the history of anthropomorphic, how it's been used for political satire, how it isn't just kids and all of this. And my instinctive reaction was, oh, it's just fucking kids. And then he goes and does an absolute classic of comics. And it's like,
if you
all right,
think about
you know
old
better than me.
legends and old stories, all the monsters, werewolves and stuff like that, it is kind of anthropomorphic and talking dragons and shit like that.
A lot of the ancient gods, the Egyptian gods.
Yeah.
Anubis and all of the Egyptians.
Yeah. It's only in the modern era with, Disney and furries that it all went a bit fucking weird.
My Little Bloody Pony, that's what did it.
That's where the rot started.
It's when the bronies
I think you'll
came
find
out,
it's
wasn't it?
Mickey Mouse.
Muffin the Mule, mind you. That's furries again. Um,
Right. Well, I've got you all here. I was just trying to figure out how much money and stuff we've got. And I don't know. I think I'm slightly out in the money side, but can I just double check with the goods that we picked up last time out?
oh yeah, you'll have to give me a sec.
130 silver, 130 gold.
Well, the grand total at the moment, from what I take it, I'm holding it all, and then we'll
Well, no,
divvy it up.
you've shared everything out up until the point we went into the dungeon. So
Yeah. So
the
what
10
I've got
gold
now.
reward you shared out, and everything before the dungeon you shared out. I've put it down on my sheet. If everybody else hasn't, it's their problem.
Yeah.
Can you see my Stetson?
Yes, indeed, sir.
It was a leftover from the last time I was role playing, and now it's I need to go and smoke in the garden, but I also need something to keep the fucking rain off my glasses.
Right. So what I've got at the moment is 75 copper, 235 silver, 22 is it Elysium,
Electrum.
Electrum, and 155 gold. So
Is that-
right?
Is that including your stuff?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
including my own. Yeah.
Yeah, you need to separate that out, otherwise
Right.
you're going to share out your shit.
Okay.
Because you got some copper and silver, I think, from the gambling table.
I'm a monk. I'm not really interested in money. Yeah.
You say that.
But then I'm a dwarf, so I do like me gold.
But there was
We also
Yeah.
picked up a ruby earring that was non-magical, apparently. 2 scrolls, but I don't know
I've
if
got
any...
those.
You've
Right,
got them,
so
right, so I'll take
let
them
me-
off.
So from the gambling room, there's the gold earring with the tiny ruby in it.
Yeah,
There was 75 copper,
yeah, got that.
55 silver, 22 electrum, and 15 gold. And that was from the gambling room.
That's right, yeah.
I haven't got a pen.
And then we picked up 2 coin bags later on,
That was
Which-
130 silver and 130 gold.
180 gold.
30.
130 gold, 180 silver. Yeah.
No, I thought it was
Yeah.
130 each.
No, 180 silver, 130
Blimey.
gold, a silk pouch containing 5 carnelians, 2 peridots, and a pearl.
Well, we didn't know
Oh,
what the gems were.
We didn't look inside the pouch, I don't think.
We did.
There was a gem pouch with 5 red things, 2 green things, and a pearl.
Right. Well, I haven't got it marked that we've opened it. I've just got a silk pouch.
Modan's got the staff.
We also got some mercury, dragon
Yes.
bile, and powdered nightshade.
Yep.
Right. So
You got
Which
one.
I think Zelith or Mercy are taking that because they're more likely to.
yeah, but we can do that
Use it.
before we.
There was 2 scrolls.
Yeah,
Which I've got.
that's what you've got.
Yeah. And there was something else.
Books.
There was a couple of books that we gave to Zelith.
Zelith got 3 books, 3
Yeah,
historical
3
books.
history books.
Was that where we got the picture and the handwritten letter as well, or was that?
Yeah,
Yeah, they were all in
Glassstaffs.
Glassstaff's
Yeah.
rooms.
The Journal of Ermon?
The journal that was in Glassstaff's room as well.
Yeah.
Was a book.
And
yeah.
the papers for Talia.
And yeah, all the papers, and there was the potion of invisibility as well.
Which I think Mercy claimed.
Yeah, I think she's got that. I ain't got it. Okay.
I think
That's
that's
cool.
it.
Yep. Just double checking. Right. Good.
Have I yet frothed about how cool a dwarf monk is? How
No.
anti-trope it is? It's like a known barbarian or a half-orc paladin.
No.
It's just not, fuck the tropes.
You've never played Neverwinter, have you?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Everyone tonight, yeah. Dwarf
What's his name? Can't remember his bloody name. now.
Grimnor.
Grimnor.
Grimnor. That's him. Yeah, he's a little bit of a zealot.
A little. Only in size.
Good.
In actual intention, he's a lot of a zealot.
Do either of them, James, Dave, do either of you two watch the YouTube guy, DandD Shorts?
Sometimes, yeah, it's quite funny, isn't there? Is
Have
that
you
the...
seen-
No, I'm thinking of something else.
The guy with the beanie hat and the beard and always holds
Yes,
a
yes.
boom mic in front of him.
How to break.
How to break things with outrageous combos. He's just done one for class combinations, unusual class combinations. And he did a bugbear fighter monk that is grotesquely
A
powerful.
bugbear fighter, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because you can play in the expanded rules. You can play monsters, and bugbears have a 10-foot reach,
Jesus
so they
Christ.
can stand 10 feet away, do their attacks, flurry of blows. Then they do the fighter action surge, do it all again, and then because you're not in range of most people, you're not within 5 feet. You can then withdraw.
Yeah.
And if they come near you, you can get attacks of opportunity and stuff like that against them. So yeah, they are grotesque because bugbears have reach, have 10-foot reach.
I'm looking forward to that. Have you seen the trailer for the D&D film that's coming out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Does
Hopefully
look
it'll
good.
be better than the last one.
Mm.
The only good thing about that was the CGI of the dragons.
And the owl bear.
Yeah,
The owl bear
Because
was pretty smart.
For good dragons.
the owlbear was good. Thank you.
And the slimes.
Do you remember the controversy that erupted in the D&D community when the druid wild shaped into owlbear? And everyone was
Yeah.
saying, "But that's not a beast! You can't do that!" And it's like, fuck it, it's a random feat. It's, they've taken a feat to be able to choose monstrosities.
And it's a film. At the end of the day, it's entertainment.
It's Hollywood.
Mm. That looks good. Looks good.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you've ever read Running Man by Stephen King, it's nothing like the fucking movie.
No, the book is actually good.
Most aren't.
Speaking of movies and stuff like that, can you name a movie where the author of the book thinks the movie was a better version?
Not off the top of my head.
Clive
Fight
Barker.
Club.
Fight Club.
Fight Club. The author said the way they did it and the ending was much better than his.
Right.
But Stephen King, talking about him, people have said, "What do you think about how people have mangled your book?" And he says, pointing to a shelf, "My book is still there."
Yeah.
That's just their interpretation of it.
Yeah.
I love that attitude. My book's still there. Fuck you.
Yeah.
It was interesting finding out that originally Hellraiser, the concept, Clive Barker was trying to sell it, and no studio would take it on. So he wrote a book, and then they took it on.
Yes.
Well, it wasn't even a book, it was a short story.
Yeah,
The whole of the Hellraiser stuff is just from a single short story.
but
Guillermo
originally
del Toro did that as well.
Didn't you write Weave World or something about a
Yes.
carpet? Yeah. Maybe reading that one.
Weave World was wonderfully weird.
Mm. But then so was The Two Towers by Stephen King.
Mm.
That got quite deep in, blades of grass and stuff like in universes and in raindrops.
Wow.
But that's the thing with Stephen King, it's all in your head, a lot of what you read. That's where it sits and lives, not on film.
Speaking of TV, is anybody else? Well, is everybody up to date with House of the Dragon?
no.
Never watched it.
Oh, it's brilliant. The ending
just
is
loved
just
it.
awesome.
That last episode, oh shit!
Just a bit. Can't wait for the next series. It's going to be awesome. And
So
the-
far, it's as good as Game of Thrones, and because there isn't
Yeah,
such a
now you've
detailed
said
book,
that, we're definitely not watching it.
it's so much better, and they don't have
As
a book
good
to
as
follow.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And
not that good then.
been watching Andor as well. We've been watching that.
It's on my list. I've got it, but I haven't seen
It's
it yet.
good. It's good. Really good. They just had last week. They had the bits, or the week before. Sorry, they had the bits that they filmed in Cleveley's. You know, they went to Cleveley's and filmed.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Star Wars team went to Cleveley's. You know where? I think it's just down the road from the cinema. There's like a round cafe sort of thing with,
Yeah.
and it's got weird lampposts and such like.
Yes. Oh, they filmed there, did they?
That's where they
Oh,
filmed
right.
it. Yeah,
Fantastic.
really good. It's
I'll
only
have
in
to-
it.
I'm going to watch it.
It's only in it for about 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, Christ, you wouldn't know it was Cleveley's unless you knew it was Cleveley's.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, cool.
In fact, I've
Yeah,
got
we're stuck on manga at the moment. Well, anime.
Anime, yeah. Devil is a part-timer.
Season 2!
We finished watching Bastard, which was great. Well, it was all right. It was funny.
Yeah, there were bits that were annoying. There was a bit too much exposition at times, and they did that manga thing of every episode previously on at the beginning.
all right, yeah.
And it's like, oh, get on with it. But when it got on with it, because the guy who wrote it basically is a big metalhead, and you have all these fucking heavy metal references and shit all the way through it. And if you know anything about it, you'll get it. And if you know a lot about metal, you'll be pissing yourself laughing half the time because the spells, the names of characters,
Cities.
Oh.
Judas, the city of Judas and their priests.
and Metallica, the city of Metallica.
Metallicana, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the most powerful spell was Megadeth. Just loads and loads and loads of heavy metal references.
I've just stuck a couple of pictures up on the chat bit.
Oh,
Oh.
Andor.
Yeah, that's Cleveley's.
Oh, yes. Oh, wow.
It's pretty amazing, isn't it?
It is. Fantastic.
Then they did that as well, I think. Is that another one? Yeah. The bit that goes down to the sea, they sort of built up on.
Yes.
And
I know that, yes. Brilliant.
but you see it there. I've got photographs that somebody took on the day. You know, it's raining and windy. But when you see it, it's like bloody Miami. It's weird. Yeah. Apparently they were
Lighting
there.
effects.
Yeah, and they waited all day. And as soon as the sun broke out, they'd film and then stop. They'd film, then stop. Yeah,
Brilliant.
pretty crazy.
Wow. I like that.
Oh, one more. I'll give you one more. It was a guy on YouTube. He went there and filmed them filming, if you know what I mean, and then took a load of photographs. But there you go.
Yes.
That's Cleveley's. And then
Just down the road from my mum and dad live.
at the beginning of the episode, it's like Miami Vice, you know, with the flamingos flying up the beach. But they do it with Cleveley's. It's weird. You know, then they blotted out Blackpool Tower and everything. That's not there.
Yeah. So I must admit, I've been to Cleveland a few times because, well, A, I used to live there, and B, my mum and dad lived there, and I've yet to see a flamingo.
Well, a live one.
Live one, yeah. Maybe the odd plastic one, and
Lots of gnomes.
But it is good. Andor is becoming. I don't know when the first series finishes. I think it's getting close. But I've thoroughly enjoyed it so far. It's Star Wars for adults. It's really good.
that's good. That's good. I think there's 10 episodes of Andor. Let me double check.
Right, so
12. There's
12.
12. So there's 3 more. You'll have
Awesome.
just seen 9, I'd imagine. So you've got 10, 11, and 12 to go.
Yeah, was it 9 or 10?
9 came out on the 2nd, and 10th. The 10 is due on tomorrow.
Yeah, I just as soon as they're available, I download them. So just,
Yeah, I'm the same. But my watch list goes back to September at the moment. The next thing on our list is to watch the first 2 of the Lord of the Rings.
I
films.
started that again, yeah, and with The Hobbit as well, because Lynn had never seen it.
Yeah.
So we started off on The Hobbit. We've just finished the first one. Probably do the second one this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, all good.
I'll tell you, there's one series I was looking forward to, and then I got severely disappointed when I heard about what they'd done to it, and not going to watch it now. And